Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another fantastic game of Skyatear. Today, we are doing a continuation of the world's content. This game is going to be between Smeoz and Pythoner. Very exciting stream. Very excited to have you all here and to have these fantastic high-level players. This is going to be a classic Ecrit Blue versus Green Blue in a knockdown, drag out fight of the ages. We're going to flip over the victory conditions to let the players know that we are ready to start. And we are off to the races with Skytear Master, Obstinacy, and Right Breach. It's going to be an exciting game, folks.
Just hanging around here a little bit. I'm going to be right back as I need some food. Otherwise, I won't survive the rest of the day. And we'll be happy to talk with Michael again in a couple of minutes. So, guys, please have fun, and I see you soon back there.
Yes, go get yourself some food there. Zergul, my co-commentator today, is going to get some food while I solo cast for a little bit. By the way, introducing myself, Michael, your commentator for this particular game. We see Smeoz open up the draft with an Estrada in lane 2. Following that up, we see Pythoner draft Frail and Brilvar into lane 1. Or, sorry, Frail into lane 2, Brilvar into lane 1. Smeoz follows that up with a Ecrit Shalavi into the forward positions of the Nexus. Should be exciting. This is going to be exciting. This Right Breach, Skytear Master, Obstinacy, nice mix of victory conditions. It's going to not necessarily be easy in any on any condition. This is going to be a good game, folks. We see here Pythoner is contemplating very hard about what he's going to bring. He's opting to bring Tlakali in the forward position. That's going to make things easy for him to swap lanes if he needs to against whomever he needs to go and protect against. And then he brings Zakol, who is a little bit like a Kuti in his own right, but also not. I don't see his minion killing ability used as frequently as I think it could be. But his pushing ability is used very frequently, and we might be seeing that a bit here as well. So we see a follow-up of Korjoff to finish out the roster, presumably for the obstinacy plays, which makes sense. And folks are going to shuffle up and prep their hands. While they do that, I'm going to pull up their deck lists for the game. A quick thanks to my co-commentator Zergul for streaming. I myself am unable to, so it's nice to have someone who can cover that. I'm more than happy to cast all by myself. All by myself. No one expected the songs, and yet here they are. Okay. With the deck lists brought up, I can now provide semi understandable commentary. We can see that Smeoz has tossed away a redirect, a soul scream, and a wind blast. 2-3 drops in that toss, so probably fishing for early game utility going first. And then over here, Pythoner has only tossed an underground tunnels. So pretty happy with his hand, I suppose. We've got the players. I think they're about ready to start. And we see Smeoz contemplating starting with a Strida. We know that Tlakali counters Astrida and Ekrit both pretty consistently. So it makes sense that he would want to start with one of those two. Interesting that he's positioning just short of the 3 hex movement. A little, I guess is not terribly susceptible to the Zakol push as it would seem. And with the attack and the summon, Astrida is going to finish out her turn and pass it over to Pythoner. Now, if Zakol had positioned maybe a little bit differently, or if Tlakali had already placed a pillar there, I imagine we would have seen Astrida move the full 3 hexes. But as is, I don't think that Smeoz is terribly concerned about the Zakol push, which is understandable since Zakol is all the way on the other side of the map. All right, we see here that Tlakali is going to move into the other lane and probably worship and lead, potentially attack. I wouldn't be surprised by an attack. Yep, there's the attack. He's going to kill off 1 minion. Really kill off 1 minion. And then pass the turn back unless she has something to play. It's very possible. Oh, that is true. Zakol could potentially have a Dreams of Taulat or Stone Barricade to facilitate the push. But seeing as Astrida did not lead, maybe that push is a little underwhelming. Is basically about as much as a minion kill, right? Right. So we see here, Shillaby is activating and giving Korjoff the shapeshift, skirmishing into the dome, and leading from the hand. Interesting that he went with a skirmish instead of a straight move. Maybe he was trying to bait something out, or maybe it's just good practice. It is good practice to skirmish when you can. If you do not need to move through minions or get that extra 3rd hex of movement, a skirmish is usually better. We see here Pythoner contemplating his plays here. He's got a few decent ones. I would imagine he would not be upset at Brilvar activation, potentially a Frail activation, but he probably wants to save the Frail activation for later. We see both players pushing considerably hard for that right breach. Okay, Brovar with the move into the center hex will probably lead and worship, which will taunt Shillavi into attacking him. Assassins are not the worst to be attacking tanks, but obviously if you can hit 0 or 1 armor, it's going to be better than 2 armor about 100% of the time. About 100% of the time. And with that, oh, he still hasn't worshipped. There's the worship. And that is going to, it's not going to give him the heal, unfortunately, but it will provide him with an extra point of armor. So this is actually going to be 3 armor against that assassin, which is even worse. It's like, it would be as though you were casting a Strike Terror against someone attacking a mage. All right. We see here Korjoff activating and gaining fast. 2, 3, 4, and 5 over to Tlakali with the attack. It's going to be a 4+, and yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. I don't think we've flipped for the attack yet, have we? Oh, Python. Okay, all right. So we have not flipped for the attack. And here's an espionage to determine what's going to get flipped. That makes sense. Espionage, one of the new cards of the game. It gives you predict 2 and allows your predict actions to affect the opposing deck. He's placing 1 card on top, which means it's probably a 0 or a -1. It's a 0, and Tlakali is only going to take 4. We say only here because it could have been so much worse. Not terribly, mind you, but so generally. And we're finishing off with the lead from the hand. Oh, what Pythoner could have done there is put the Shattermind as the second card to cause any action aside from maybe an attack to do very little. But makes sense he wouldn't want to give Ekrit a +1 on the attack and have Tlakali end up taking 6 to protect those minions. Would surely be better than taking 8, though. Or 10. Oof. We see here Pythoner contemplating his actions once again.
Okay, I'm back. What did I
Welcome
miss so
back,
far, Michael?
Sergul. So far, you've missed most of the first round, and to say that it's mostly been standard wouldn't be an understatement. The only really big move has been Korjoff into enemy territory to attack a Tlakali, responded to by an espionage to make that attack not as explosive as it could be. I mean, 4 damage is 4 damage, but at least it's not 5, right?
Absolutely.
So we see here we're on Pythoner's activation, and it looks like he's going to activate Frail.
I'm so happy to see green heroes in the tournament. I'm so happy.
Coming
They,
into this tournament, I wasn't sure we were going to see a whole lot of yellow heroes, and then the very first game I casted was a Newton mirror match, and I was like, yes, this is the representation I wanted in this tournament.
even if one of them gets, let's say, eliminated the first time and therefore has to play in the Ashen Pass afterwards. But yeah, but they're present.
Hmm. So we see here, Frail is she moved. She attacked Shillaby. It looks like for 6, which is a big hit.
Hmm.
Was for oh no, it was for 5. See, that's the thing with Frail, right? Like you look at her and she looks like she would be a mage, and then she's not.
I mean, she's everything. She can be
She's
everything.
she could be a tank. She can be a support. She can be a mage. She's just all over the place. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Frustrating. All right, we're looking at Smeoz's final activation of the round. I fully expect a standard Ekrit play here into lane 1 to clear out those minions, or to have Plicali take a bunch of damage.
Oh yeah. You really have to be careful with Tlakali not to take too much damage, as you want her to keep herself alive and some minions. So this is always a hard decision.
Yes, yes. I'd be very interested to see if Zakol ends up using his worship ability to clear out that last minion from Smeoz in lane 1. I feel like that would be a solid play. But then again, I'm looking over at Smeoz's right lane, and it's very uncontested. That lane is gonna fall round 2 unless Pythoner does something big about it, right? Like if he wins the dome, that would potentially. But then like Smeoz is just doing very well in this very first round of the game, and just showcasing all of the reasons why he's a very high level player.
Yeah.
And there's the attack from Egret to do 2 damage, and I fully expect Tlakali to take 4 here to save those minions. Yep. Good play by Joe.
Yeah.
That means that Joe can. Oh, go ahead.
You want to keep those minions alive, right? But I was seeing Smear thinking about maybe doing something else, but the most value was indeed trying to attack those minions and trying to deal some severe damage against Trakali then through this way, or at least maybe kill one minion. I mean, he could have tried to push Tlakali out of range of the token, but it's only 1 point that you push out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She didn't lead. I was, and that's the same with Zakol over there. Is he could push? Oh.
I can see Sakol pushing pushing Korjov into the dome. That was one of my thoughts, yeah, before he's going to use his warship. So he would move, attack Korjov, and then use his warship skill. Oh, maybe this is happening.
So here's the deal with the worship here, or with the attack here, is that Smeoz has the flux and could potentially time warp away, because Korjov despite being blue, can also cast yellow cards. But I don't know that Smeoz has Time Warp in this particular configuration.
Mm-hmm. Me neither. I didn't
Let
really have a
me.
look at the decks, but maybe. Okay, he lets it resolve, I think. Oh no, it's just. Oh yes, he lets it resolve. So Kojov is being pushed inside the dome. I mean,
Okay.
now he is for sure going to win the outsider, but oh, this is.
That's the skirmish into the dome to prevent the dome from falling, because the
Mm,
Cole doesn't need to worship or lead in lane one in order for Joe to win it. Which,
absolutely.
by the way, Smeoz does in fact run one Time Warp in this list.
Mm.
I did not see a shove though.
I just want to say hello to everybody that's watching. We got about a handful of people here uh, having a good time here at round 3 in the tournament. Oh, there's what's happening here. I'm seeing an Astrida
Oh,
through a
a Time
time
Warp.
warp. Okay, and she's inside the dome now.
Yep. So lane one is going to push up. Lane two is going to push up, and Smeoz is going to win the dome with a dome pile without even having to stay in lane. Wow, that's that. That's
Wow,
Smeoz for you.
absolutely, absolutely incredible. What a play. So that was a reaction to the nourish that Trakali played to herself, I assume.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like Tlakali gave herself 3 health to keep her from dying, and yep, 2 leads from Smeoz and one from yeah. So both players are down to 3 cards. Not terrible. Not terrible place to be.
Okay.
Um,
And I think Smears is going to position the Lord of the Ancestors, which is the outsider that we are using here in the game, um, to just prevent a fast right breach by Joe or Pythona.
yep. Positioning him so that it is very difficult for Pythoner to place a good pillar.
Absolutely. They're cleaning up, I assume.
Yep, looks like they're cleaning
Okay.
up. He did move one of his minions over to lane 2
Ooh.
to really push in that lane. It looks like all Smeoz has to do is move over, attack, and then move back into the dome. And he's got a ton of pressure going on over there. That Time Warp did a ton of work.
Absolutely. Impressive how one card can make a difference in a game. Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So on lane number 2, which is Smear's right lane, we've got 6 minions on his side and 2 minions on Pythona's side, which is a huge difference, as you mentioned, to lane number 1. And therefore the pressure's even higher on Pythona. And yeah, Smears did win the first point for Skytier Master as well.
Yep.
And yeah, last game,
And
Pythona won by Skytier Master himself.
oh wow. Okay. So and we've got Tlakali down to 11 with a Korjoff and a Shillaby attempting to or not attempting to, but potentially available to collapse on her and make her day not great. I wouldn't be
Absolutely.
surprised to see a first turn Ekrit play to take out those minions or cause Tlakali take another bunch of damage. Nope, we're going to see a Strida.
Mm-hmm. Would you do what you proposed? So yeah, a move.
And attack, because he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to create any new minions here. He just
No.
needs to clear out the minions that are there.
And lead.
I think
Lead
a
from
lead is
hand.
probably a good thing here.
Yeah, this is going to happen. Lead from hand. So we can
Yep.
do some calculations. 3, 4. So there's 10 points on that control token on right lane for Smeoz. So lane number 2, 10 points for Smeoz and only 1 point for Pythoner. And you just can't get Estrida out of the way.
Nope.
Really,
She is
not going to happen.
right next to that control point. That's going to make things a little awkward for Pythoner.
Ooh.
What do you do here? Because Pythoner doesn't have a whole lot available to him to counter an Estrida push this large.
Phew. I mean, it's round 2. How can you really wave clear something?
I
He doesn't have the
suppose he
flux.
could that's true. He could attack a minion here and then I wouldn't. I wouldn't play on Burial Rites this early.
Yeah, but could be maybe his only option to win before Smeoz is going to win.
Yeah.
In the right breach, but that's a really difficult play because you can still quite easily counter this one.
Oh, there's the charm for Korjov to take the shapeshift away from Brilvar and possibly put it onto Korjov? Or is he gonna? Nope, he's just gonna toss it away. That's smart. And it looks like he's probably gonna activate Shillavi here.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, Ekrit. Nope. Oh, he's gonna worship first. Very nice play. He's going to be able to get Tlicali and a minion and both pillars with this play and just completely neuter in a Burial Rites activation.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
A presence on top of it. This is
so to be
brutal.
sure that it really hurts. Oh man, Smeoz, what are you doing here? Okay, he throws away the range of the pack, or did he flip that one?
Yeah, no, he threw it away.
Okay.
He put the second card on top, and I can only imagine it's a +2.
At least.
There's an underground tunnels to save the minion.
Save the minion.
But he's unfortunately he's still going to clear out two pillars and deal 4 damage minus armor to Tlicali and push her. And I would expect a push close to the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just like that.
Absolutely. So that you have a chance to even push Tlicali further if needed. I mean, she doesn't have a lead, so she's not the main target here.
Right, right. I'm expecting a well, you push her away from the minions so that another underground tunnels won't affect it, or won't affect any future attacks in that lane. But also you want to push her closer to Kordjov, since
Hmm.
Kordjov is going to be the primary way your heroes are going to be killing their prey. You could also utilize Shillaby, right? Like Shillaby is
Yeah, she just
ah
needs to move there.
yep. And with Brilvar not taunted anymore, or with Brilvar not shapeshifted anymore, she can do that. Wow, just a series of expert plays from the fantastic Smeoz.
I mean, Python is going to activate next, so he could activate Brilva again and let him shapeshift again. But you
That
can only
is,
pick either Shilavi or Kojov, so you would have to decide on that one.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Which do you take in that instance? Do you take Shillaby or do you take Kordjov? I think you take Shillaby personally because Kordjov does less damage in the aggregate, um,
Mm,
and Kordjov can't clear out minions the way Shillaby can.
that's true. That's true. But right now, I don't see a positioning for Shilavi that would be interesting for a minion kill.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, she's doing a 4+2 flip against armor. Okay. Kojov with a 3+1 flip, but armor piercing. He could be shapeshifted before.
That would give him a
4+, right?
yeah. Oh, that's another thing too, though, is if you're Brilvar and you taunt Shillaby, you risk taking a ton of damage because then Kordjov can just voluntarily attack you.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, this is really high pressure. Okay, we are going to see Sakol being activated. Um,
The coal makes sense, I suppose.
the best way would have been with some card maybe that helps him, yeah, do the worship. Okay.
Ah, yep. There's the
Dreams of
Dreams of
Talot.
Talat.
Yeah, but I don't think that is going to work because you have to place a friendly pillar on a target hex.
Yeah, yeah. It's Tlakali placing it.
Ah, Takali, sorry, I didn't see. Okay, wow,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Zakol or Tlakali is casting it during Zakol's activation.
Yeah, I'm zooming into the card so that everybody on the stream can see what is happening with Dreams of Talot.
Hmm.
Okay.
It looks like I feel like the hex that Tlakali pointed at was probably the best. Nope, it's gonna get placed there. Okay.
Hmm.
Um.
No,
Oh,
it
I
had been
see. So
placed
that was
there,
a
then
worship action.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So Dreams of Talat placed a pillar in the hex that was pointed at,
Hmm.
and then Zakol worshipped and placed a pillar and removed that pillar, killed off the last minion, and is now, and then attacked Korjov and is now skirmishing. It's going to do 1 damage to Korjov and move into lane. Yep. There. Oh. Right there.
Okay.
And he's
That's
not
it.
going to play on Burial Rites. Which makes me think he doesn't have it.
Me too.
And if that's the case, then the attack from Smeoz to clear out the pillars was a fantastic bluff from Pythoner to get Smeoz to clear out pillars that didn't need to be cleared out. I mean, obviously, if Unburial Rites is in the deck, it's going to be an issue at some point. But and it's smarter to play around than not.
But we now have a 5-1 situation on lane number 1, right? So 5 points for Pythoner and 1 point for Smeoz. Which would be 4 damage on the tower. Okay, Korjov is activating, moving into lane number 1, and I assume he's going to attack. Okay, a minion. Is he going to attack a minion? He is. Yeah, I mean, you could move, attack, and then lead to just take off the pressure. Okay,
Oh, there's a
Dreams
pillar.
of Towerlord is being played by, I don't know by whom, by Tlakali, I assume?
By Zakol.
Oh, Zakol.
Because heroes only have two mana. So that's an attack from Korjov is going to be 4. So he has to decide whether or not he wants Tlakali to take 4 here, and he opts to take 4.
Yep.
He's going to lead from the deck, and that is that. So we see here Smeoz is leading from the deck in a lane that he really needs to win, which tells me he doesn't have any 2 or any 3 drops in his hand. And with a presence in that lane, he has kind of an advantage, but he's also down 3 minions to 0, and there are 2 pillars in that lane that could be in Burial Rites if Pythoner has it.
Yeah. But it would have been used by either Brilver or Fryhill, and you don't want to use it now.
Why not?
There could be. Oh, wait a second. There's only Shilavi left, so let Shilavi resolve.
Yeah, you move in, you lead, or no, you don't. You don't. Well, if Smeoz has barring the way, then that means that Unburial Rites is not going to do a whole lot.
Okay, there was a skirmish and an attack against Korjov.
Korjov is down to 6.
A lead from hand.
And the lead from the deck.
Ooh.
So right now, the current state of lane 1 is 6-3 in Pythoner's favor. By contrast,
6-2. Yeah, we don't know what the leads are. 6 against 2, right?
No, it's 3 because there's a presence on Ekrit.
On Ekrit. I missed that one.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we can safely expect Shilavi to attack Tlakali here because Brilvar's not shapeshifted. There's the move.
Yeah, you want to kill Tlakali.
And the attack. Yep. And does Pythoner have a shifty trick? He does. Comes down the Nourish. And that's going to put Lakali at 7.
Oh,
Oh, but
okay.
that's going to be the flip that kills her.
No, she's down to 1.
Oh
She's got
no,
1 armor.
she's at 1.
1 armor.
Oof.
Incredible,
That
but
is.
Lakali is still alive.
So Smeoz now has to spend a skirmish or be a call of the pack from
that's a good one.
Shillaby is going to save that lane.
Mm-hmm.
And a lead from the deck.
Yeah. And it only
Where's the second minion getting placed?
No, it's only 1 minion because it's
because there's only
to
one
the
adjacent.
control.
Yeah.
This is I talked to Ricardo once, and this is a thing that he didn't have in mind at that point. So
Pythoner now has to decide. Like he can't. Oh, he can.
Okay,
he can move in. Oh, but he's not gonna. He's not gonna. He is all in for that. For that right breach. Is the skirmish. An attack on the minion is going to clear it out.
The skirmish was against.
He has an attack. The skirmish probably was against Shillaby. Yep.
Attack against
the attack.
minion.
Yeah, surely, right? Yep. Minion's dead. And Unburial Rites? Yep, there it is.
Yep.
So do we have Barring the Way? Do we have it? Do we have it? He's got 1 card in hand.
Smeoz, why don't...
No, we don't. Oh my gosh, this could be it. This could be it. That's 4
What's happening
to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Pythoner is now winning by 4 on presence alone. If he can beat Smeoz's leads, he wins. Smeoz led twice from a deck. There's the 3. Oh, so that's game. That has to be game, right? Smeoz wins. Right? Smeoz wins right breach, I think.
They're counting. I don't know who has which hero has which lead.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh.
Oh! I miscounted. It's 9. It's 9. Pythoner wins.
Pythoner wins.
Oh.
Holy.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't expect that.
No, I don't think anyone expected that.
What is happening here? So we.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. This is wow.
I need a minute. I need a minute. Are we going in?
We're going in the tournament table. Right?
Let's. Yeah.
Where are the ancestors?
Hello.
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 Oh. That last flip, not knowing what was going to happen, game was ending one way or the other. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that was nail biting close.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that the lead card is a 2 mana or 1 mana, not 3. But my plane was. Yeah. Good game. Very close.
Man, that was. Whew. You could feel the tension all the way in the casting box. I had actually ended up miscounting because I thought it was 3 heroes to 3 heroes and then 5 minions to 0, and then there was the present. So I thought it was 8 to 4 and not 9 to 4. Oh man, that was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was okay. So first things first, Smeoz. That was a perfectly played round 1. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play round 1 so amazingly. Like I'm not saying that Pythoner played poorly. Pythoner, you did a fantastic round one, but Smeoz, you put pressure on right lane, you put pressure in the dome, you put pressure on his heroes, you hit all of the control points, and you were in a fantastic position for round two. It was perfectly played. That was beautiful.
I have
Beautiful.
I have a choice here to don't play Call of the Pack, and probably it's not sense to play don't Call of the Pack because Brilvar can kill the minion, right? And I have Nightmares Incarnate in hand for killing Trakali.
Oh no! Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, I was realizing
oh
there's
man!
so many
If
ways that I
if
could.
I kill Trakali, I draw 2 cards. I don't know what I draw, but no, nothing of happened here. Probably he stay alive. I'm stay alive because I have yes only 3, 6, 11, and the tower go to 1, right?
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
So my misplay here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
that is
realized
so close.
I was saying earlier on that I think the way I played round one and earlier on round two, I kind of shoehorned myself a little bit into I'm just gonna try to win the lane, and then I completely forgot about how Ekrit can kill both pillars.
Both pillars.
Especially
Yeah.
like I could have placed it so that maybe she could have only killed one at least, and I just totally forgot that that was the thing that was going to happen. I was thinking, oh, he's just
Mhm.
going to kill the 2 minions because that's going to do more damage to Papali, right? And I forgot about the pillars, about that newer rule change. So after that, I was like, oh, this is going to be really hard. Because I was assuming that there might be 1 or 2 more cards, like a way to kill Papali or anything like that, that could. And then the fact that Call of the Pack is weirdly worded and says adjacent to the control token really saved me here too. Because if there were 2 minions, that would have been game as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because I had
Absolutely.
3 minions, it's just only one of them was adjacent to the control token. And after I looked, I was like, oh, I
Yes.
might still have a chance. And then obviously I needed to get lucky on the flip there, and fortunately I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
you
that's-
have 2 cards in hand when I have activated Shellavi, and I have supposed from the first turn that you have 1 Umbra Rights. So you have 1 out for stay alive with Trakali, because you can have or Slide or Nourish. I suppose, I don't know if you play Slide, but I see, of course, Nourish. And I have tried to kill Trakali with the attack of Shellavi. Was better for me if I go here and spawn the minion. If I want if I want to play Call of the Pack, I have to stay here for block Brilvar to don't attack the minion, right?
Yeah, because Brilvar was all the way in the center, right? So he couldn't
So,
run around.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the minion is here and probably was better for me. Yeah, my bad here. It happens.
that was
was really
That
an
was-
exciting game, and yeah, as Michael said there, we were on pure tension all the game in round two. Wow, exciting, really exciting. Thanks for having us doing the stream for you guys and taking this out to everybody out there. And yeah, then last but not least, GG and congratulations, Pythoner, on the win here. And you move on to round 4 in the 2 lane. And Smeoz, you still have the chance to beat everyone in the in the lower bracket through Ashen Pass. So
Yep.
we are really curious how this is going to be in the end. And yeah, to both of you, best of luck and have fun during the tournament. And
Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks.
Michael,
Thanks.
thanks a lot.
thank you.
Thanks a lot for making this possible to stream and having a good time here in the streaming booth. And yeah, any last words from you guys before I quit the stream here?
Thanks. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you.